Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Monifactory. Right, here we are today, episode 78, if I'm not mistaken. Last episode we were working on the Sculk and the Lapatronic situation, and between episodes I did relocate that setup. It's now right here, as you can see. And what I've learned is that these Sculk chargers don't even need anything fancy. You just can use the pattern provider. So as you can see, that's being powered. It has the recipe in there. It has the pylon right here, and they're both connected via conduits. And yeah. I'm just trying to think if I did anything oh, you know what I did? There was one thing that I added off camera. I made the Autoclave Chamber. So yeah, this thing didn't really need to have a lot of setup to it. I was overthinking it when I was building it. I was like, oh yeah, am I gonna need input buses for circuits and all that? No. As far as I can see, I don't need circuits for the autoclave. So yeah. Per usual, we have a pattern provider here with its own sub-network situation going on. The input buses and the fluid buses, or the item and the fluid buses, each have sorry, I gotta back up here. The inputs for the machine here, both have a storage bus, and of course they have the report inaccessible item set to yes, nothing new. And yeah. So that will be a lot nicer. Oh, that's right. I just remembered the whole point of this autoclave chamber was to be able to make the raw crystal chips. Now, wait a minute. I gotta figure out something on here. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. The 4 to 4. I got confused for a minute. I set that way because it's a it has a 4 parallel recipe hatch, as you can see right there. Okay. There's also the mixing chamber, though I believe I've already covered that. All right, so let's go ahead and get some blocks here. We'll cover up this situation. Now, we're gonna have to branch into the Fusion Mark II controller block soon, so that we can start utilizing the duranium, which I believe it was the reactor room. Yeah, it's over here, isn't it? This stuff right here. Now, I think I started... No? Did I swear I requested... Oh, indium and gallium. Oh boy. Gotta remind myself what the gallium situation was like. That comes from bauxite. I did set up a bauxite mission, so let's go ahead and get some of that. Now, let's go back to the quest book here for a minute. So I want to start getting into this technology here. So the Mesol energy core, we're gonna need. Well, you're right. The Empower system. Okay. Oop. Back where I was. So we're gonna need to get into empowered items, particularly iron. I think that's the Inori is, and then the Palos, which is the lapis. We're gonna need sapphires, mithril, water. Okay, what's this? What's the sapphire situation looking? We have some. Now the question is, can we wait? Wait a minute, what's... okay, so if we wanted to get more raw sapphires, we have a mission on the T3, and we're probably gonna have to be setting that up. Topaz, right? Yeah. Okay. What what was the combination? Inori. Yeah, there we go. That's what I thought. The combination crafting. Okay, so let's start with the combination crafter. Actually, wait a minute. Didn't I already... That's the wrong room. Yeah, here we go. I have it right here. So we already set this up. Okay. So at this point then we need to work on the fluid cells for some of these. So is there a canning multi-block? Looks like it with the extraction machine. Okay, I don't think I made the extractor multi-block, but that shouldn't be too big a problem. Okay, so IV uni. Boop boop. Okay. Let's get that. All right. So the extraction multi-block. There is our pattern. Everything here looks to be patterned, so I don't need to worry about that. Let's get an auto, and then we're going to want to get LUV energy hatch, and don't need that. 2. Okay, and we can probably keep that. Let's get rid of that. Probably not going to need the quadruple, but best to be safe, I suppose. And while we're at the quadruple, can I I'm a little wary about dragging the items from JEI because the last time I did that, I recall it replacing a lot of the blocks already there. Output bus, that's good. Let's get rid of that. That. Okay. Might make that 5. Why not? And then for that, energy converter. Let's see, can I scroll down there? Boop. Okay, should be good. Hubble. Extraction multi-block. All right, put that there. We'll keep that out. We gotta go put that into the export bus, which I keep forgetting to do, honestly. Okay. Oop, up down here. All right. I'll be back in. And extraction multi-block. Off it goes. Okay, so we got some more gallium going. We're gonna need more sphalerite for the indium processing, so also gonna need redstone. Let's go get that dropped off here. Okay, so kind of waiting on that canning machine. Well, I have some time. let's review what we got to do here. So we're gonna need the assembler. Yeah, we got that. Empowered payless. That's gonna be sapphire. We thought Bathyl water. Okay. Yeah, so this canning machine is going to need to utilize the sub network to handle the fluids. Probably should get the fluid cell crafted, auto-crafted. It's going to be a bender. Ooh. What's... yeah, that looks scary. Polytetrafluoroethylene. Well, what PBI ingot? I'll probably just go for the extruder single block. Polybends. Yeah, we have the ingots. Okay. Let's go, yeah, extruder, and then we're gonna need the fluid mold, or the mold. There you are. Boop, boop, boop. Pattern. All right. And with that, fluid cell. Router. Okay, that should be the PBI. Okie dokie. Boop. Boop. That should be good to go. Excuse me. All right, cool. So that is handled. All right. That's too much. Yeah, so need to get that sphalerite so that eventually with sphalerite so that we can make the Fusion Mark II, which is right here. All right, so we're gonna need the Mark I block, a data orb, ZPM research station. Although to make the Tier 2 block, we might not, well, some of the stuff we have, but the UHPIC, I think we have that actually. If I'm not mistaken, everything here we have handled. All right, so we'll put a pin in that for the time being. What's the deal with the extraction machine? Yes, it's got to make the watertight seal. So, and these ingots. So let me do this. Let me pause here, and I'll come back when this is all done, and we'll go on from there. All right, see you shortly. Hey everybody, we're back. All right, so I got all the parts here. It looks like the controller block needs to be in the middle on the second floor. So let's see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I gotta sneeze. Hold on. Okay, I don't know if I didn't catch it in time, but I tried. Okay, Alright, so looks like this is a pretty normal shape. I think the only thing crazy is in the middle. There are these steel casings right there. But we want to get the... oh, frick. Okay, I need to do a little excavation. Damn it, I hate when I do that. And as usual, I'm going to have to clean out this later. Stupid. Was it the mushroom blocks? Something that I can't remember what it was called. Yeah, I have no idea what I was trying to say there. Okay, so make sure that's on single block here. So we're gonna want to have probably these two be the voltages blocks. And see, that's where so if I'm not mistaken, this is going to be just a matter of having an input and a fluid or item and a fluid input. So I don't think we need those input buses. So we're going to have one here and the output bus probably over here on the back. Don't think we need to worry about the output hatch, so I'll hold off on that. Let's see. Let's put the input and be here. Let's see. And the rest should be good, I think. Oops. You know, it does that sometimes. I right click a block and turns out it has a menu or an interface, so it opens it up, gets in the way. Oh wait, we're missing the control hatch. Probably a good idea to get that in there. Now that's in there, make sure that's set. And then boop. And then boop, boop. And there we go. Nice, it's formed. Oh, we need to change this to canner. All right. So we have to do much the same thing we did here over there. So let me go ahead. I'm going to pause here and I'm going to set that up and we'll cut back and we'll get to more progress. All right, back in a few. Okie dokie, back. And this does appear to be a little dirty, but maybe I should focus on cleaning it up a little later. Right, so we have the output bus over here that's connected to the main network. And then we have the sub-network here attached to this interface. And it's called the Canning Multi-Block Pattern Provider. So we should be good to go on that. So let's pop on over. So I think we're going to need water cell. That's the thing about these stupid cells, is they often don't have JEI. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do it in a weird way. Okay, this is gonna be a little annoying. So what I'm gonna have to do is make sure that's on that. Okay, I need to grab a cell then. And then a bucket of water. Okay. Okay. Come over to the canning machine. All right, so that's the input bus. And the input hatch should be there. That's the input bus. It's got power, I believe. On the canner. Oh my god. Fingers, please. Hold on, what's going on here? Lock of empowered. Helium gas fluid cell. Am I really gonna have to do the single block for this? Water, empty fluid cell. Be right back in a second. Hey everybody, we're back. All right, so I don't know what the hell is going on with the multi-block. It's not working. So I rigged up this situation here, and we're making a return visit to the pattern P2P tunnels. Right, so what happens here essentially is we have this pattern provider, right? We have our pattern here. It's going to send the work request. Because we have the blocking mode, it's going to treat all of these machines as their own space to put items into, right? So we have the fluid cell, and then it's going to come into each of these as it can, right? Oh, I think I just borked it by clicking on it. There we go. So it's going to come into each of these, it's going to do its business, and it's going to spit it back out and send it back into the system. Now, we had to get some power, right? So we have the quartz fiber here, and that's allowing this to all work. So if I do another request, I can get to, there we go. So if I do 64, for example, we'll give it a second. Yep, you can see they're all firing away. And we have our fluid cells. Cool. So let's go ahead. I think helium was the next one, if I'm not mistaken. Right? So we're going to want to get a thing of helium. Going to come over to here. Oh, get rid of that gas, put that in, and I'm going to need another helium fluid. Come over here, boop, and boop, boop. There we go. And let's grab that. And there we go. There's our helium gas fluid cell. And bada boop. Right. So then for the Inori, it needs the block of Inori crystal. Block of Inori crystal. Oh, right. Okay. So Inori crystal. Take that. Atomic reconstructor. Iron block. Inori crystal. Now, do we have iron? Yeah, we do. Cool. Say atomic. Put you in there. All right, so block of empowered Inori. And there we go. Let's get the back a little ways. There we go. Or I can leave that there in for the clip later. All right, so empowered, and I believe the next one we're going to need is Payless. Of course, we're going to need block of Payless. Payless crystal. Oh yeah, lapis block. Simple enough. The lapis block does seem to be auto-crafted. Bada boop. Empowered. There we go. All right, so let's see, what was... Right, so we just need the empowered Payless and the Inori crystal. So we'll take that. Inori crystal. All right, so we're gonna break that down. M-A-T-R-I-X, there we go. All right, so for the, what was it called again? Mesol. Okay, so we're going to need the assembler, not a big problem. All right, Mesol. I should have put that crystal back in there, but no big deal. There we go. Let's get rid of that. Put you in there instead. Mesol energy core. All right. So let's get that. Now there's the Bathyl and the Discharger. Let's go with the energy core here. A second tier of core used for intermediate crafting recipes. That's going to be emeradic and diamantine, or diamantine. I can never say that one properly. But yeah. Now I'm guessing the emeradic is going to need the emerald crystal. Atomic. And then we're going to need diamantine, which diamond block. Boop. Okay. So Bathyl. That's going to be the diamantine crystal. So we're going to need to make a recipe for that. But everything else here is good. So just to remind myself, that's the assembler. And boop, boop, boop. Oops, that's not the right thing. There we go. Okay. And there's Bathyl. Oh. Okay, so we got some more canyon to do here. So we're going to need argon gas. And what was the other one? Argon and nitrogen dioxide. Okay. So argon. Fluid cell. Okay. Get rid of that. So let's grab a bucket of argon and nitrogen dioxide. There we go. And we'll grab 2 fluid cells. Pop over here. Pop over to EU. Boop. Cool. Come back over here. Argon. Boop. And boop. And let's see, where it is the... Oh, right. Nitrogen dioxide. Get that. Oops. There we go. And boop. Okay. Scanner. And you go. And then what was the other item we needed? Oh yeah, the ultimate component. Ultimate component. Thankfully, that's not a big table recipe. Okay, we're missing the uranium plate. Not a problem. Let's see about... Well, first off, what's the situation with the uranium ingots? We got 235. But something tells me we're going to need actual uranium. So we have uranium dust. We can make... Okay, we got uranium ingot. So yeah, we should be fine. Let's go Bender. And we'll grab the pattern modifier. 1, 2. Okay. Plate. Boop. And boop. Okay. Bath. There we go. So that is cooking. That shouldn't take too much time. Right, so what's the next? The Discharger, right? Mutliblock uses energy cores to release. Yeah, okay. So this is going to be Cryolobus, niobium titanium, a Dischargement core. And I think this is the... Oh, that's not that crazy. All right, so we're going to want to get a data stick and a Mesol. Data stick. Mesol. Of course, they have yet to look at the recipe for the assembly line. And that doesn't seem that terrible at all. Right, so I'm going to need another data stick, however. Let's get that cooked up. Put away some garbage here. Okay, there's one stick. There's our Mesol. Right, so we're going to need the Mesol on the scanner, correct? So if I remember where the room is that I need, should be in here, right? Yep. Boop and boop. That's going to be 8 seconds. Grab a data stick. And I've already forgotten what we need. Oh no, the data stick. Okay, I got confused. So yeah, we'll put the Dischargement core data stick into our data bank, and we should be able to pattern that up and make that. So Dischargement. All right, we need to get that IV uni, right? Yeah, IV tier. And boop, in you go. And that is perfect. Okay. That's one thing that I wanted to work on was the advanced data bank. Let's see what all right, so we need the data bank. Did I not already set that up? Advanced data access hatch. Yeah, I did. Did I make one? Oh, I didn't pattern that one yet, I think. Okay. Add advanced data. Looks like that's all fine. We need to get that replaced, ZPM uni. And make sure we put that to 4. Okay. Boop. Data access. So that's good. Now for the Dischargement core, that's good. Oh, and what's the situation with the Bathyl? Oh, making the cryolobust. I forgot about that component. Yeah, I might need to figure out a passive cryolobust ingot situation. Because that's going to need warden tendrils. And that in itself is going to need microminer missions, right? Of course, once we get to the T3 miner, that gets to be a little easier. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to figure out something. I'll cancel that. I don't want that. And there's the Bathyl. Yeah, it's probably stuck on the cryolobust ingots right now. Okay, so let's hop up to here. We'll get that patterned up. Yep. All right, so oh yeah, so we're gonna need the discharger for the cryococcus. The T7 microminer. That's gonna need a lot of cryolobus. Double Naquata. The warp engines. Woo! Oh boy. Let's see. So quantum ring. Quantum ring, there we go. Probably do the assembler recipe now. Stainless steel, good. Okay. Assembler. That quantum ring. And that quantum ring is going to need a data stick. No surprise. So let's get that crafted. All right, what's the situation? Okay, so it's making some Krylobus. Krylobus. It's the quantum ring. There's data stick. Yeah, it's over here, isn't it? Oh, that's a Sculk charger. That's not what I'm looking for. I need the Mesol. I still need assembler. So is the assembler backlogged, or is it the Krylobus that's backlogged? Might have canceled it and screwed up something. Nope, that's empty. Let me cancel that, just to be safe. Okay, something is jammed. What is the question? What that would be? That's not the problem. It could just be the Krylobus. So let me pause here, and we're already getting long in the episode, so let me try and get that Discharger and the Bathyl, and I'll see. I'll figure it out. I'll be back in a few. Hey everybody. Okay, so there was a problem with the Sculk charger. We apparently needed a buffer chest. You know, when in doubt, RTFM. In the quest book, it does say that you need a barrel, which I should probably be reading more. Anyway, so yeah, we got this situation fixed up, so now we don't have that much of a problem trying to request Sculk cores. Now I have the Bathyl, probably Bathyl, and pop that in there. Now for the dischargement, we'll get that requested. Now, why did I need another data stick? Who knows? Probably for something. But yeah, okay. So that is going to get to crafting. Let's get that. Oh yeah, the warp engines. That's what it was, wasn't it? Yeah, it's a quantum ring. Quantum ring. There we go. I think it was this room. Yep, there we go. Boop and boop. So at least we'll get this situated. And oh dear. Are we having power issues? I think the plasma turbines may not be powered up. Let's see. One's down, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay, so 3. Get you. And get you. Nope, wrong item. Then you go. Really wish I could fix these stupid turbine animations. Sometimes they're working, sometimes they're not. See, that one's on, that one's not showing. Yeah, okay, let me take another break and I'll get back to you with the dischargement, the discharger all made up, and that will be an episode. All right, back in a few. Hey, we're back, everybody. All right, there is the discharger. Oop. I hit shift too soon. There we go. All right, let's take that out. Let's see, does that... Oh, it's a Mutliblock question mark? Oh, geez. Okay, so we got some more stuff to do. How bad is this? Is a electro... Oh, God dang it. electro. Okay, that's not that bad. Non-conducting. Okay, not that bad either. So this will be something that we'll continue with in the next episode. Of course, that goes towards that. Quintessence infuser. Okay, so better soul binder. It also can do up to 4096 recipes. Woo! That's a big boy there. What else we got? Superconductor wire, coating cryococcus with liquid nether star, and oh yeah, that's the ultra HV wire. And okay, so I guess we're gonna need this to get to that, to get to that. Okay. So yeah, we'll continue this in the next episode. I hope you did enjoy, and I'll see you all in the next one. Ta-ta for now.